Hello EFD squad and welcome back to Scout Report. Today we're looking at 5 players who have made waves since being spurned by their former clubs. Should they have kept him? Let's have a look. 5. Mariano Díaz. A Catalan by birth, 24-year-old Mariano Díaz first rose to prominence in Real Madrid's reserve side Castilla, scoring 25 goals in Spain's 3rd division. A back injury to Karim Benzema meant Díaz was promoted to the first team in 16-17, where he scored 5 goals for Zinedine Zidane's men in just 14 appearances. And despite the fact he only accumulated 130 minutes of league football in this period, there were still signs he could develop into a very well-rounded forward. Per 90, he averaged 3.5 shots, 2.8 of which came inside the box. That's more than Benzema is currently averaging this season. And while these figures may have dropped given a more consistent run, he is replicating them with ease in Liga 1 following his €8 million move in 2017. In his first 14 games for Bruno Genizio's free scoring side, he has 10 goals and 2 assists. No surprise, given he's taken over 4 shots per game, roughly the same as Edison Cavani, with 2.4 of those coming from inside the box. What's more surprising is that Real shipped Mariano and Alvaro Morata in the same season, who, at the time of writing, have 18 league goals between them. Understandably, Morata commanded a much higher fee, but Lyon may have just secured a better deal. 4. Simone Zaza. Still only 26, Simone Zaza has already plied his trade at 10 clubs, but as of the 17-18 season, he appears to have found his spiritual home at the Mestalla, scoring 9 goals in his first 11 starts. After a successful stint at Sassuolo, Juventus parted with €18 million to sign Zaza, and he repaid the old lady's faith with a respectable 5 goals in 660 league minutes. However, West Ham soon came in with an offer that Bianconeri could not refuse, a €5 million loan fee with an obligation to buy for a further €20 million. During his ill-fated stint with the Londoners, he made 11 appearances, failing to score a single time, despite taking over 3 shots per game, albeit with a 22% shot accuracy. However, there were certain aspects of his game that remained. He was still creating 1.6 chances per 90 for his teammates, 5 times that Andy Carroll is currently averaging in 17-18. Valencia eventually rescued the Italian from his iron shackles and he repaid them in full, helping stave off relegation with his 6 goals in 15 appearances. In this 6-month loan spell, he was also taking a career-high 2.2 shots from inside the box, and his predatory instincts have remained at the start of 17-18. He has also endeared himself to the fans with his work ethic, like at home against Barcelona in a top-of-the-table clash. The forward played despite needing knee surgery, making 5 blocks and 4 tackles on the night as his side secured a vital point. Conversely, West Ham's expensive new signing Marko Arnautovic is fast on his way to becoming their latest scapegoat. The Hammers' loss is Loche's gain. 3. Geoffrey Kondogbia. At number 3 is Zaza's Valencia teammate Geoffrey Kondogbia, who at the age of 24 has already demanded over €70 million in transfer fees, a high price given he's a defensive midfielder by trade. However, despite costing Inter a reported €40 million all in the summer of 15-16, they were willing to loan him out after just 43 league starts. But again, Valencia saw opportunity where others saw limitation. Even when Inter underwhelmed in the 16-17 season, Kondogbia still put up exceptional numbers, completing 85% of his take-ons, 61% of his aerial duels, and 4.1 tackles and interceptions per 90. And this season, he's added goals to his repertoire, scoring 3 and assisting 1 in his first 11 games, maintaining an 80% dribble success rate in the process, beating his man 1.1 times per game. That's more than Ivan Rakitic. Incredibly, this hasn't hampered his defensive output either, and it's now climbed to 4.6 tackles and interceptions per 90, significantly higher than Inter's new boy, Roberto Gagliardini's. In Italy, the powerful midfielder was criticised for taking too many touches. In Spain, he's entrusted with possession, completing the 2nd most passes in the Valencia side per game. It's this confidence in his ability that appears to have helped the young bull pick his form back up, and he'll need it going into a World Cup year. 2. Florian Thauvin. Just edging out Gonçalo Guedes as our token wide man is Marseille's 24-year-old Frenchman Florian Thauvin. In 2015-16, St James's Park still had a distinctly French flavour, having seen the likes of Cabaye, Sissoko, Ben Arfa, Debuchy and Loic Remy through its gates. So the Tyneside faithful were expectant of their £15 million man, who scored 13 goals in 69 appearances for Les Olympians. But after only 3 starts and 10 substitute appearances, he was deemed surplus to requirements in the North East, in a squad that contained Savet, Townsend and Johan Gouffran. Ugh. And to be fair, his numbers weren't great. A pass accuracy of 70%, shot accuracy of 20%, and the fact he only beat his man 35% of the time didn't scream keeper. But this low propelled him to new heights as he returned to his former club, battered and bruised. 15 goals and 8 assists in 38 appearances come 16-17 represented an emphatic return to form. During this spell, he was averaging the same shots per game as Lacazette, twice the shots in the area as Tamar Lamar, and more key passes than Kylian Mbappe. And he's still flying high in 17-18, averaging more shots per game than Nabil Fekir, as well as beating his man an astonishing 85% of the time. Sacré bleu. 1. Mohamed Salah. At the start of summer 17-18, most football fans could scarcely believe Liverpool had shelled out €40 million on former Chelsea reject Mohamed Salah, despite his 29 goals and 17 assists in 2 Serie A seasons. However, Roma fans were insistent the amount wasn't nearly enough for the electrifying wide man, whose pace and guile supercharged Luciano Spalletti's Roma to second place, setting a new points record along the way, and ultimately, they were right. In 16-17, he completed more key passes per game than both Keita Baldi and Lorenzo Insigne, creating one more chance for his teammates every 2 games by comparison. He was also completing 7 more passes a game than free-flowing Napoli's false number 9 Dries Mertens, showing he's adept at dropping deep to link up play, joining midfield to attack. And his trajectory has continued to climb on Merseyside, scoring 10 goals in his first 13 games of the 17-18 season, a joint club record in all competitions. He shows no signs of slowing down either. He's currently averaging 4.2 shots per game, 3.2 of which come inside the box, superior to that of Alvaro Morata and Romelu Lukaku. So guys, that was our 5 players your club shouldn't have sold part 2, but who have we missed out? Should we do a part 3? Mental. Let us know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video, go check out the latest Stat Wars, and as always, don't forget to like and subscribe.